Hi there, Peter and Geoff here to chat more Enchanted Wilds and what you can expect heading into the set launch in just a few days. This is going to be a quicker update, but we wanted to keep in touch in the final days before live.
Time flies when you're squashing bugs and re-rolling Vigor with a Dawn core. We've put in a ton of work polishing the set, addressing some of the major pain points, and fixing game-impacting bugs in PvE, including champs missing on the carousel, equipped items disappearing, losing access to the shop in various scenarios, PvE units failing to appear, and many, many more.
We also tackled some of the major bugs impacting champs, from the overgrown Teemo mushrooms to luck swapping traits mid-combat. That was an odd one for sure.
Lux is the flex player we all aspire to be, but that was too much flex, and so we fixed it.
We've continued to see feedback around visual updates and VFX. This has been one of our focus areas, and we've made quite a few adjustments, including frame improvements on gameplay VFX, improvements to shadows, better lighting on arenas, and fixes for low-resolution textures in the UX.
That's a long list, but it gets longer. We've also added performance mode to graphics settings for players with less powerful devices, so they can play TFT with higher reactiveness and less latency issues.
Over on the cosmetics side of the convergence, as we mentioned before, there will still be some cosmetics not available on launch as we work to continue to rebuild them in Unreal. On release, we'll have over 190 tacticians, more than 60 arenas, and around 90 booms available day one, with more being added in patches following the launch. That's in addition to all the emotes, all 1,997 of them that will all be spammable on launch.
The trickiest thing we've run into have been finishers for Mythic and Prestige tacticians, which turned out to be an exceptional amount of work to convert. We've sped up the process to bring them over through a temporary stopgap solution where finishers are displayed through video rather than in-engine. For players, this doesn't change much. Until we get all of our finishers rebuilt in engine, you'll be landing your final strikes on River Sprites.
Apologies to all the River Sprites and River Sprite enthusiasts around the world. We'll be getting back to in-engine finishers once we have the rest of the catalog brought over to Unreal. In the meantime, as we continue to bring cosmetics over, you'll be able to borrow a bunch of new tacticians, arenas, and more at all rarities from before Enchanted Wilds release for free, as long as you own one cosmetic in that specific rarity.
Once we get most of the catalog filled back out, we'll be switching things back to normal, and you'll only have access to the cosmetics you've collected yourself. Until then, we'll have a new batch of cosmetics to try out every patch, so have fun mixing and matching new options.
There's a few more things to share before we close out here. We are continuing to work on bringing back macOS support, and our current timeline has us launching a few patches into Enchanted Wilds. We had a good playtest on Mac last Friday, and the team is feeling confident in our progress.
Next, the launch patch comes with a bunch of new stuff, so you'll have a larger download than usual. For PC players, since we're still in the League client for now, you'll download both League and TFT together by default.
Even once we launch the TFT PC client in October, League and TFT will continue to coexist as usual, so you can easily switch between TFT after a game of Summoner's Rift, or vice versa. We also know disk space and bandwidth is often precious. We're working on some new tech to let players opt out of downloading one or the other and focus only on patching the games you choose to play. Expect that to come online shortly after we launch the full TFT PC client.
Finally, now that we're nearing launch, we've gotten a lot of questions about what our new engine can deliver in terms of new experiences once we achieve parity with the core TFT experience. We have some ambitions for features that'll take a few sets to cook up, but we've had a small team working on a few updates planned to ship during Enchanted Wilds. Features we weren't able to deliver before. These are particularly aimed at quality of life improvements, leveling up and personalizing the home screen, making carousel rounds a better experience for all players, overall visual polish, better in-game recommendations, and many, many, many more. This work is just a small piece of the potential of what we hope to deliver to players this year, and our ambitions are even higher for the future.
More to come on that later, but right now, we're still tracking bugs and polish areas going into launch. There's still work to be done, but for now, we want to thank everyone who tested out Enchanted Wilds on PvE, and for all of the great feedback and bug reports. Please keep it up. Even after PvE, we'll still be on the lookout for ways to improve based on your suggestions.
We're incredibly energized by the support we've seen from the global TFT community over the past 4 weeks. We've seen tens of millions of games played on PBE, a bunch of incredible guides to help out other players, and even a bunch of tournaments and show matches before the set even launched, including one in a mall takeover in Korea, which was once again dominated by Hwan-Mi.
And we're just getting started here. For players who want to jump right into ranked, be sure to follow along with the Enchanted Wilds Box Bootcamp, in LDED's first ever International Dead Safio TFT competition, while you're grinding for that first snapshot on September 18th.
There's plenty more to come from TFT, but for now, please look forward to Enchanted Wilds launch on August 26th, and we'll see you again soon.